It's time for another edition of We Welcome Your Teams, a podcast about the most unique job in sport, football stadium announcers.
He forgot to turn my mic down.
Oh, no.
And I said to him, Alex, I'm just going for a pee.
I bought a baby monitor, and the end that goes in the cot, I put in front of the commentator, and I had the other end so I could listen to his commentary.
Yeah, when the fixture list comes out in the middle of June, you look at it and you think, well, that's a start. It might as well just be written in pencil, mightn't it? You know what I mean?
So I just, wish them all a safe journey home. And I said, and take that bell with you.
For the big finals and the big, the Club World Cup finals, the FIFA World Cup finals, why don't we do the whole Michael Buffer thing? Why don't we put the bow tie on?
No one's going to go, do you know what? He didn't tell me what the attendance was. You don't go to the cinema and the cinema manager comes out at the end and says, well, thank you very much indeed for watching Avengers Endgame, and there were 342 of you in the cinema this afternoon.
I'm having this vision, Mark. You've obviously got to do your link. You've got to press eject, keep it flowing, your link, turn it round, start it, and then wait for Simply the Best to kick in. Is that how it was?
Absolutely spot on.
That's brilliant, that's
Yes, this is the podcast about those people whose job it is to speak on the tannoy at football. We count ourselves as some of the luckiest people in the game, and on this podcast, talk about how we got the job, why we love doing it, and the moments we've been part of for our respective clubs. Some of them amazing, some historic, and some just downright embarrassing. From the plate-spinning DJ/presenters to the professional gobs on sticks, there are loads of stories to tell from years of being part of the British institution that is a football match day. It's a job full of pressure, quirks, laughs, and amazement, and there's a good chance we'll muse over the finer details of the job that no normal fan would know even existed until now. Brought to you alongside the team behind the best music on match days, ShootMusic, this is We Welcome Your Teams. Hello everyone, and welcome to We Welcome Your Teams. It's season 6, episode 3, and a welcome to November. How can you tell it's November? Because the announcers' WhatsApp group starts sharing links to portable heaters. And there were some beauties on there. Value for money, I'm sure. And I expect we should at some point get some sort of royalties for the numbers we're selling now. Welcome back to my co-host, absent for our last episode, but back with the bang now, Mr. Alan Keegan. How are you, Alan?
Very well indeed, Ricardo. Wonderful to be back, all refreshed and, of course, ready to get involved with our very special guest tonight. A young man who's just up the M60 it is, and take a turn in at the 61, and there we are.
It's a journey he's done before, isn't it? I know, Alan, you were recently alongside Peter Gillam of Brentford at Old Trafford when they came to the game. So with like 80 years announcing experience between the two of you, that must have been a good catch up.
Yeah, it was brilliant. Obviously, just to confirm with everybody who's listening to the podcast, 70 to Peter and 10 to me, But sorry, Pete, sorry. But no, listen, great to see the legend. He's obviously got a bit of free movement with him being involved with Brentford. So we always take the annual picture. And I always make sure, Rich, just for you, and I don't know if our guest has heard about the famous lectern, but I made sure we were both stood behind the lectern as well. So, and you kindly put it on our little group, mate.
Went on the group just to see. It's something like, I think he's at 55 now, because I saw it on LinkedIn the other day. He's at 55 years. You're coming up to 25. I mean, correct. Do the master rest. It's hurting my head already. Let's welcome our guest, someone who hasn't been doing the job for very long, but a lot to say about the job of being stadium announcer and the unique gig that it is. Alan, would you do the honours, please?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the voice, the legend from Blackburn Rovers, Mr. Lewis Costello.
Lewis,
I've got a lot to learn there, haven't I? Oh, God. Thank you for that, Alan. How are you, lads? You all right?
Very good. Now, this is the song that Rovers walk out to at the minute. Hardcore Uproar by Together. This is quite techno, isn't it?
It's quite techno. It's very Blackburn. That's why we play it. It's by somebody who grew up in the town, and trying to sort of show what the town can do. Sometimes it's not obvious. It's a bit lost on people that there has been good stuff to come out of Blackburn, and we've got a bit. So
there it is.
Yeah, we showcase it where we can.
So, Lewis, how many games into the gig as Blackburn Rovers announcer are you?
So I just crossed a year very recently. My first game was actually their 5,000th league game. And to this day, it's the most intense one I've done so far, actually, the first one by a country mile. And yeah, I must be just over a season, I would say, I've been doing it for now.
Season pro then, absolute season pro.
Oh, God, yeah. Between me, Alan, and Brentford, 83. 83 years in total.
Yeah. Now, look, starting out for you was quite different from most announcers. And it's I know it's been great for you, but it was a really sad story with what happened at Blackburn. Just take us through that a little bit, if you could.
Sure, yeah, of course. So the way that it all came about for me was I initially contacted the club a couple of months before I actually got the job, just to say, should you ever need a stand-in, I'm around, I'm available. I've been doing similar work in the field. I found that I love it, and I'd like to have it on a regular basis. I love the buzz of it. So I sent that a few months prior to actually getting the job, and the lad who'd been doing it for a good long while was called Matt, and he was absolutely fantastic at it. And I was never actually after the job as such, because I thought, well, it's spoken for, you can't take that job. Matt sadly passed away, and he was my age. He was about 30, 31, something like that. And it was so it was the most shocking, didn't see it coming, still don't really have the words for it type situation. And it was just on the basis of me having that application, not even application, just I threw it out on the off chance a few months prior that I wound up getting the job. So it was really sad circumstances. And that was difficult actually coming in. That transition period was really tricky, and I sort of felt like it wasn't my seat. The suit was too big, everything like that. But I think all you could really do is just say, I'm not trying to come in, brash and take over. I'm just trying to keep the shit running, so that's how I tried to approach it.
Yeah, it was horrendously sad when that literally, like you say, just came out of nowhere. And I'd been speaking to Matt about appearing on the pod. Gosh, it feels like even less than a month before that happened. And just paid, it was strange paying particular attention to the following game afterwards where they paid tribute to Matt. And they did an applause in the minute of his age, didn't they?
Yeah, this was the most amazing thing. So the first game, like I say, that I did was the 5,000th league game, and that was the first game that Matt wasn't doing. And for that game, they did do an applause on the minute that he passed away, but during that minute as well, Smodix went and scored an unbelievable goal. Well, they were, honest to God, I can't put this moment into words, really. They scored on the moment. Everyone went berserk. It was the most fitting tribute you could have ever asked for anybody. And that was the first time I think I said, scoring for Blackburn Rovers. And it was a really great moment for Matt. That was the most, really hard to word. Still in that situation, it honestly was a blur. It was a blur for me as well, to be honest, because I just thought, what am I doing here? It's so sudden, didn't expect it. And then for that to happen, I just thought that was absolutely perfect. So, like I say, it was the most intense game, but the best sort of way to start as well in many ways. It's a bit of a mixed bag.
So, looking at your sort of timeline there, Lewis, what was the sort of thing that you thought, I'd love to do that job? I mean, what have you got a background in sort of media? What was the thing that turned the light on for you?
Right, I'll tell you what it was. So it was two things. Firstly, I started doing a bit of commentary for professional wrestling, of all things. I were in Poland, and I got taken on to do this. It's a massive organisation they have in Poland. It's like WWE, but just over there. And they wanted English commentary. So I felt like an imposter then, and they flew me in. They put us in a limo and all this. I thought, do you know that I don't get this normally, I'll get a bus. And then they took us in, and I just thought, after that, such adrenaline, that was so good. And I thought, that if that's me, I'm happy. But then off the back of that, I wound up getting offered to do boxing, to do the in-ring interviews for boxing. for Floyd Mayweather's fight when he came to London last year. And again, I'm just coasting through life, to be honest. I'm so lucky. Like, I don't know how it all comes off in this sense, but I did this event, and it were after that one in particular, I thought, right, I can't just... Initially, I was like, if this is it, that's all well and good. But then I'm like, no, this isn't it. This can't be it. I've got to keep doing stuff like this. So that was when I looked, what's on my doorstep? Rovers. I'm there anyway. I had a season ticket. I thought, just on the off chance, if you need me, I'm literally at Riverside. I'll pop up, you know. And from there, it sort of spiraled into where I'm at now. And I really am grateful for everything. I don't understand it, but I'm happy. I'll say that.
Yeah. And what else do you do besides that then? What is there a daytime job or are you just coasting it all the time?
Technically, I'm not going to lie. It's just different styles of coasting it. So I do a bit of stand-up comedy and I produce content for a newspaper as well. Like I'll put videos together and put articles together for a newspaper. And then I do a bit of writing. I'm writing a touring show at the minute as well, which is called Fairy Tale of New York. I've co-written that. So that's going around theatres for Christmas at the moment. So
hang on a minute. What, with Jed Graham?
Jed Graham, yes. Yeah, I co-wrote it with Jed. Do you know
No
him?
way.
Yeah, I did, yeah. Hey,
Wow.
that's a small world, isn't it, Alan?
Hey,
oh, my gosh.
I'm dead good pals with Jed.
Are you?
Yeah, I know Jed dead well. And, you know, like he does the Dubliners thing, but it's not.
Yeah. Seven Drunken Nights.
Seven Drunken Nights. I'm going to see the show in Blackpool next month.
November 16th, I'll meet you there then. I'll see you there. We'll have to go for a pint.
Sorry about this, Rich. Sorry.
Yeah. Not what I thought would be happening, but yeah.
I'm there on the Saturday night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well.
Got the family going.
Yeah, well, what it is, we'll get a plug in for it, Rich. But because there's a lad, a very good friend of mine, who actually isn't a relation, called Joe Keegan.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, so Jed's brought in Joe Keegan, who's a singer-songwriter, and he's from the Northern College of Music. He's brilliant, you know, he's a great lad, Joe. And I know Joe dead well, like, you know, through the Irish scene and everything else. And, so I've got a couple of tickets to go and see the show, so it's a small world, eh?
It is a small world.
We'll have a get-together, Rich. We'll have a get-together.
We'll have to. I can't believe that.
November 16th. Check the calendar.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hey, they're not at home. There's half a chance. I'm doing a night with. I've got a night with Roy Hodgson on the 15th, the night before.
Ooh. Oh, very nice.
At the Albion.
Lovely.
And with Roy?
Yeah, with Big Roy. And then and then that's it. Weekend off. Okay, stand by.
Lovely stuff.
Stand
Blackpool,
by.
here you come.
Blackpool, here I come. I've never said that before. So.
I don't think anyone has. Do you know, I was just actually, random side note, but I was just in Malmo not that long ago, and I were in their stadium, and I didn't realise until I was there, they've got a section called Roy's Corner because of... Yeah, they do, and they were telling us all about it. They were like, Roy Hodgson, you still love that corner up there.
I'll be stealing that.
Bit of trivia for you.
Yeah, get that in your Q&A.
He will love
Absolutely,
that.
yeah, pub quiz that.
Yeah.
A Roy's Corner.
Yeah, so you've got Roy's Rolls, you've got Roy's Corner.
He will love
Brilliant.
that. Hey, love that. Right, hang on, where have we gone here?
Yeah.
Let me take some.
Gone right off ski.
I love it. It's good. One question I was going to ask you, and I know the circumstances are a lot trickier than most people, but obviously you're a Rovers fan, so you're going and you know everything about match days. You had everything there, but how did you find that transition going from fan to stadium announcer? How does it affect what you do on the mic?
How did it affect me? I thought initially I was going to approach it just as a fan, as in, when they score, I'm not going to conceal that I'm buzzing. I'm going to let it out. And I've learned to temper that slightly over the course of a year, but I don't want to lose it altogether. As in, I've learned to be a bit slower, speak a bit deeper and things like that. But if we net in 89th minute or something like that, there's no stop. I'm just, go for Blackburn Rovers. I have a bit of that naivety, I think, because I'm so new to it. But at the same time, I think it's good to know that the lad who's doing the announcing for your team is a proper fan, loves it, and really is enthusiastic about it. I don't have to fake it. I'll say that, I've never said anything and with fake excitement or anything. If I'm excited, I'm excited. And yeah, I think the transition's been quite good because I do have the experience in different fields. So I wasn't nervous in that sense, but it was a bit of a moment. It was other people. It was like, I'll tell you what was different about it as opposed to the Floyd thing and stuff. literally everyone I know goes to the game. Like everybody I know. So if I mess up, it's only your whole family, all your friends, literally the bunch, you know. But it was smooth enough, to be honest. I'm quite positive in that way. Like I just give it a good punt, and if I've tried my best, that'll do me.
And on that scale of giving it some for the home goals, how much do you drop off for the away team?
We are one of the few teams that doesn't even announce away to. We don't. Yeah, we don't announce away goals.
It's cold.
It's in the script. That
is it. Literally saying big letters. Do not announce away goals.
Don't do away scores. And I thought, fair enough.
Oh, nice.
We've got to get these advantages where we can. I think that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, too right. I think a lot of the chaps will tell you how much they will mumble as much as they can to get through it, unless you're in that, I think, lucky group where you don't have to do it at all. Why give them the satisfaction?
I get you, Richard. I'll tell you this though. I've covered one time for another ground. I went and did Aki's stadium, and there wasn't a script or anything. They were just like, "There's a microphone, crack on." And I did away scores that time just to see what it felt like, and I was a miserable git for him. I'll say that. Goal for Leon.
Accrington Stanley. That's that. Yeah.
Yeah. Rovers. They're under 21s too. We're in Premier League International Cup, so they're playing Benfica and all these, and. Yeah, there were a few away goals in that one, so I did have to sort of announce them.
Rich, do you announce the away goals?
Yeah, but I'd mumble.
Yeah.
And also, we've gone this thing back and forth about the gap you leave between home goal going in, celebrations, let it die down, get your announcement in, give it some of that again. Like away goal, the minute we know who it is, it's gone and it's done. And yeah, see you later. Like I say, try and do it as if it didn't happen.
Yeah. I will say, similarly, I approach it in the same way when it's a substitution. Like, if it's one of ours, I'll give it everything. Yeah. And then if it's one of theirs, it's literally, I kind of hope you don't hear it.
Despite the fourth official trying his best to derail me, I will always try and do sub coming off, leave a gap, let everybody do their thing, and not say the sub coming on until he physically walks on the pitch. Which is great if it's one sub, but now because of these new windows, everyone tends to do 4 at a go.
Yeah.
So the fourth will just fly through with his boards. This is the first season where we've had to get more than one, board, so he can go back and forth, and he doesn't spend 5 minutes changing the numbers for the next sub. So it does kill that. But away team, it's kind of coming off, gone on, bye, done.
Yeah. I mean, for the away team, I had a similar thing recently where they did 3 in one go. So all I do now, I go substitution for whoever it is, and I say, coming off, and I do the 3.
Oh, 3 off.
I say and 3 coming on. Yeah. I don't start trying to tie them in, because by the time they hold up the board, and you look down to see the second one, the board's gone, and you can't see who it is. So I just do the 3 because I obviously know who's coming on because I've had that information given to me.
Yeah, I'm the same as you. I'll say there was a game earlier in the season. John Eustace, he's brought on 5 players. I've never seen that before. And that was when I started thinking, do you know what? I'm just going to say these as I go. I'm not going to tie these together or anything. Yeah. Substitution 5 off, 5 coming on, basically.
Well, look, we all know it's that job is made easier or harder depending on where we are as announcers in the stadium in relation to the dugout, the tunnel, and all that kind of stuff. So we can move to that techie side of the job now and start with that thing about whereabouts you are for the gig. Where do you sit?
So I am actually sat nestled away in the far corner of the away end, which I think is a bit different.
I think that's dangerous, isn't it? I hope you get danger money for that. Jeez.
Honestly. I'll do lineups at the start of a game, and when I'm doing away team, it's so loud. And then you do the home team, and I'm thinking, have you got that? Yeah, have you got that?
Is that all right? So then you must have like every game away fans clocked that. Hang on, the announcer's sitting by us.
Yeah, so it was a problem for a while. Like, you get the banging out with, that's the worst. When Leicester, specifically Leicester as well, when Leicester, they just like Jamie Vardy, who's just like hanging around the goal for the whole game, and then he's screaming, absolute screaming. They were banging on glass and everything. And what can you do? You just got to stand there.
So, and the worst thing is, obviously, once they clock, surely after that, then you're in for it all game, aren't you? No matter what happens.
You can be, yeah. You can be. Honestly, it depends. I can pick out the games. I won't do it for every team, but you can pick out the games where it's like they've identified you, they've got you. I'll give you one more. Rotherham, they did it as well. Where you can like, if they spot you, it's like it's over. Yeah. So yeah, just try and not keep it down, but just sort of like don't move around too erratically. Keep the lights off, stuff like that.
When they score, are they not turning around and looking at you, waiting for you to announce the goal scorer, and you're like, no, not doing it, mate.
So that's not happened yet, but now that you've said that, Rich, I'm thinking that's got to happen now.
If I thought he was here, maybe it's just because I do the job, but I'm like, well, I'm thinking, right, we scored now, turn and watch, come on then.
Yeah.
Let's see you, lad.
You'd think I were being stubborn, wouldn't you? I'd have to get the script and like hold it to the window.
Yeah, no, I don't have to do it.
You'll have to say we're not doing it, lads. We're not doing it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just like one of those signs on the entrance saying, we do not announce away goal scorers.
Yeah, exactly.
So you know.
If it comes to that, I'll be worried. But we'll see. We'll see. We're surviving for now. We've not had to tell them officially.
The nearest we get to it, and I think I mentioned this earlier on in the season, Rich. But so at the beginning, when we get the teams the hour before or 75 minutes now, the first link I do the away team and I welcome them, and then I do United. But then. When I do the second one, I don't do the away team anymore.
Dropped it.
So I don't. How do you do it?
On that front, I'm the exact same. I'll do away team first and then home, and then when they're actually coming out, I just reel off the 11.
Yeah.
And we do it with the music as well. We've sort of got it down now. It took a while, but we got there eventually. We've got it down to a fine science now, where they come out once they've done a few handshakes, reel them off 3 seconds in between. Jobs are done.
I was going to say, so what's that sequence all like then? That sort of pre-match walkout and where you come in, where the tunes come in. How's that all unfold?
So we have, and I'm quite happy with this because it wasn't there before. We've managed to get some of the classic songs that people thought, oh, you're going to move away from that, because we're trying to accommodate for everybody. So there's some newer music, there's some older music as well. But I wanted to keep on to the songs that Blackburn Rovers fans really know. So we've managed to get them in.
Do you still do the Wild Rover?
Yeah, half time. Second half when they're walking out, we'll put Wild Rover on. We've had to slot them in. This is what I mean. So they're not where they were all the time. But so we used to walk out. I remember when I was growing up, they used to walk out at Final Countdown, and this is when we were like borderline Europe and stuff like that. Yeah. So now that's our hype track. Just before they come out, we'll put that on. And there's a local band who did a good cover of Born Slippy as well, so we'll play that. So we're getting that sort of newer, but it's a local band as well. We're trying to get more of that local talent, because there is a lot, and I think opportunities are hard to come by sometimes. So yeah.
Lewis, is Gerald Jackson still involved with Rovers?
No, but I'll tell you about Gerald Jackson. I've got a story about him.
Don't forget, this is going out, by the way.
Yeah, no. Honestly, it's not that exciting. It's nothing crazy. I'll just tell you.
Sorry, Rich. Gerald Jackson.
No, sorry. I've got the lawyers on speed dial. Don't worry.
Yeah. He's a legend in the sort of broadcasting world in the Northwest. He did the BBC and all the rest of it. Good fellow, Gerald.
So the first time I ever had any sort of interest in broadcasting, I were about 10 or 11 years old or something like that, and I've just sent a message to Radio Lancashire saying I'd love to come in and just have a look at how things go. And I got an email back off Gerald Jackson. He was like, yeah, you can come down during the show. So this is probably, he doesn't know it actually, but he was probably mega instrumental in me actually getting this job some 20 years later or whatever it is.
Great.
I was there for about 2-3 hours, asked all the stupid questions you can, and he answered them just generally top bloke. And I'll never forget that. I don't know if he even knows my name. I don't know if he knows me at all. But
he's not involved with Rovers now, because he was involved only in the media side.
Yeah, he did Radio Rovers. So actually, the booth that I'm in, the reason that I'm in the away end is because it actually doubled up as a radio station, and they used to do Radio Rovers on match days as people were sort of walking to the ground and things like that. So when you go in there now, it's until this season, it's looked like a radio station. Right. And it just so happens that when you turn the knobs up, you're not broadcasting, but you're going out to the ground. So. He's absolutely been fundamental in Rovers. Even like when I were a kid, I think everyone knew Gerald.
Yeah, he was great, Rich. I got to know Gerald at the BBC when I was doing my show. Gerald used to follow us, so we had it was a handover job, and he was a super guy, proper professional. Really, really good guy, and I wish him well. I hope he's keeping good.
It's interesting what you said, Lewis, about the fact that up until recently, it looked like a radio studio, or was a radio studio. So what's your equipment setup on match days then?
So we were so glad with this. Like when we got this in, we've got a new desk now, and it is brilliant. We got a walkthrough. I understood none of it, but eventually I've managed to get to grips with this machine. It's fantastic. It's basically, I'll tell you what we had before. We had 100 buttons and you needed 5.
Yeah.
And now we've got 10. You still need 5, but we've got 10. So it's basically, it's a bit more modern. And the other side of it is as well, on the old machine, when you were going on faders, the faders weren't really reliable. You could have it in the same place and know it were in the same place, but it's too quiet one week, and then it was too loud week after. But I know I've not touched it, and I know it's in the same place because I put a bit of tape next to it. So, like, little things like that, and that's completely gone this year. So it's just a few things that have happened to sort of, I think, honestly, just modernise it a touch, and I'm really glad of them because it's making the job a lot easier.
And you're in
send us a picture. Send us a picture of it.
Definitely. I'll get it in group.
There was a few pictures going around last month of like everyone's little tech setup, wasn't there? Wasn't that because didn't John Foster say his blew up at like 10 to 3?
Yeah.
So he was doing that. I can't remember which game it was. It might have been the game they lost to Bristol City in the end, but I'm sure he said our tech blew up at like 10 minutes to kick off.
Yeah.
Well, this is why we needed the new desk, to be honest. We've had a few close calls. Thankfully, no major incidents, but we did have one. I remember there were one game where it's like we've gone through everything, and then at half time it's just it's decided it don't want to do it anymore. So for the second half there were no announcements of anything, and that's obviously when you get all your substitutions and everything like that. So I think they just thought I had the day off for the second half.
When I saw the note from John, I was thinking, has the equipment ever let me down? And then I remembered it let me down on like the most important game since I've been there. So when we got to the playoffs last season, the home leg against Southampton, the mic blew up at the start of my first link.
Oh my God.
So it wobbled a bit. Well, first it wobbled a bit during the first team read at like whatever it was. It was an evening game, so it must have been about 7:10. Wobbled a bit. We're like, what's going on there? And then when it came to the walkout, it didn't work, which was like, biggest game for ages at Albion, and it sort of dipped in and out. So you heard 2 words, I think, and they were like, ladies and gentlemen, and that was it. And then it just went, everyone can see me shouting, nothing's coming out. And the feedback just goes, and when you get feedback and you hear everyone on the ground go, it was horrible. That's and brutal. At that moment we just looked at each other and went, nah, no more. It was horrendous, and the timing was terrible. And of course then everyone's on your Twitter, everyone's on your WhatsApp. What's going on? Because of course it's your fault.
I know about that. Hey, when we tried that system for the first time, the new desk, I remember I was miles too loud because I was still going off the old thing, and I got a text saying, I'm putting my washing out, I can hear you from my house, from someone who lived a friend from school who I hadn't seen in about 5-10 years, who lived about like not a long way away, like, they shouldn't be hearing me. I knew that.
Yeah, I felt for John on that, and then I suddenly realised that was horrible. The thing is with equipment letting you down, obviously that was a bad moment, but it also recalls the anxiety that I get every remembrance game when we're just about to do the read before kickoff, because if it's ever needs to work, it's then. But you test it, but the anxiety's there every game, every year, never goes away, always come back when everything goes quiet and it's all on you. Ooh. And of course we're in the month of it now, so Godspeed to everybody who has their remembrance read and all that kind of stuff. I hope it goes without a slip up, because it's not fun. Right, we'll get you back to the chat with Lewis shortly, but first let's take some time to tell you about why we love working with ShootMusic. They're the #1 music provider to the sport DJ community, and there's no point being a great announcer if there isn't great music to back up your match day. So Shoot have a Matchday DJ service. You sign up for free and get new music sent straight to you. And because they know that stadium atmospheres need creating and curating, you'll get access to handy instrumental versions, crowd-pleasing remixes, and specialised DJ mixes straight to your inbox, ready to play out on your next match day. If you want to sign up, email info@shootmusic.co.uk and feel free to let them know you heard about them here on the We Welcome You Teams podcast. Let's give you a taster of what they've been sending round recently. There are some beauties here. So here's 3 of our favourites. The Cortinas have new music. This is the beginning of the end with respected Australian rock outfit DMAs on it. Next up, it's Grammy-nominated DJ and producer Steve Aoki, who's debuting on Monster Cat alongside leading award-winning drum and bass outfit Coven. And this is their massive debut collaboration. It's called Nervous System. The instrumental mix that ShootMusic send round of that is going to come in very handy for a few people, I can tell you now. And the last track for this episode, well, it was the end of October when we saw the re-release of Gala's Freed from Desire. Can't deny it's probably the biggest tune in football. It's been everywhere and it will continue to be everywhere. She's got re-releases and re-recordings coming. This one is the Diplo edit. Oh, this one is not going anywhere. All of those tunes were sent straight to our inbox just because we're signed up to ShootMusic's Matchday DJ Service, which is perfect for announcers looking for new tunes to add to their Matchday playlist or some recommendations to pass on to that person in charge of your Matchday music. ShootMusic will also support the great job that DJs are doing with social media and interviews. Plus, they're always looking for that next artist/club collaboration that could well involve you. And remember to see which tunes are doing the business at sports stadia right around the world. Check out the Stadium Chart. There's a new one published every month. Right, let's get you back to the chat with Lewis from Blackburn here on We Welcome Your Teams. Equipment question.
Yes.
Are you on a clipboard? Are you on an iPad? Are you on a fancy black leather-bound folder like Alan Keegan? And Alan, Lincoln, who we discovered last week. What's your choice? What's your method of choice?
So we have. I'll tell you what. I'll give them credit for this. We get a team sheet printed on a lovely bit of card, and you don't need a clipboard. It's very thick. It's good quality stuff. But I'll say this as well. Like sometimes, on these odd occasions, very slim. If for some reason there's an issue with the printer or something like that, there's a panic. I get a bit of napkin, whatever I can find, anything out, start scribbling, and I've always been saved by someone on a WhatsApp group. They'll always find one and get us a picture over. So I've had no dramatic incidents just yet on that front, but you know, I'm young. There's time.
Do you not have loads of other stuff though? You know, I mean, I appreciate you've got the team sheet, but like, do you not have loads of sort of, you know, promotions to do or sponsor reads and stuff? So what sort of structure?
So basically, what happens now? It's changed since the start of this season. So what I get now is it's a bit different, isn't it? Because when you're pitch side, because I've basically got a little office. It's like a little radio room, a little recording studio. So they'll give us a folder. And in there, I'll have a script. I've got, in the script, it'll have ad reads and stuff like that. Sometimes there's bits that you just sort of know that goes there and, you know, things like that. But I'll have a script. I'll get anything that's a bit unique about that game. It'll either be told to me on the day of or it'll be highlighted in yellow or something like that. So different things like that. And then we have a sheet of players with sponsors attached if we can ever, like, give them a shout out and things like that. But it's all very well organized, much better organized than me, to be honest. I just rock up and here's the folder that makes it look like I know what I'm doing. So
what time do you rock up? How early? Let's just say it's a 3:00 kickoff for standard time. How early do you get there? What's your time?
Normally for me, 3:00. I'll be there for about 1:15, something like that. Right. So we kick on from we'll open doors an hour and a half before.
Yeah.
And really it's just get your feet under the table and just sort of, you know, if there's anything shocking that you need to do that day, just like comprehend it and get to grips with it, and then go from there.
Do you choose all the pre sort of match music? Is that down to you as well?
No, it's so I'm getting more of a say in it now. I think initially it was like, here's the songs that we're playing. Because to be honest, I have just wandered in and I understand that. And I think it was sort of like, here's the songs we want to play because we know what we're trying to do. But I think I think over the course of the past year, I hope I'm not saying this sort of out of turn. I just think there's a bit of trust being built, a bit of sort of, they know what I'm like. They know I've not got anything. If it's not like, if you give it me, I'm going to start playing massive techno 24/7 and like sort of changing the old club round or anything like that. So they give us a list of the songs that they want to do, but then I've used I've taken like liberties here and there if it felt right, and I've not got in trouble just yet. So yeah.
Not until they listen to this.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking now. Yeah.
As much as we like to think we've been responsible for help start careers, we've not quite ended one yet, but there's still time.
It's all on brand stuff though. Like for example, we've got Yukio Hashi, this new striker from Japan, and he's doing really well. He's become a fan favorite pretty much overnight, and whenever he comes on, because he's being used as an impact sub at the minute, whenever he comes on, everyone sings, hey, UK, ooh. So basically, he scored a goal towards the end of the game. I thought, you know what? Never mind the typical playing out song. I thought, let's put a bit of Hey Baby on, and then we'll fade into that. And I did. Everyone went for it. So I think it's stuff like that, if you take a chance and just see how you go.
Have you got anyone in your ear? Are you like floor managed and given times and all that kind of stuff to like coordinate with what's going on the pitch and that kind of thing?
Yeah, more so than the Floyd Mayweather thing, actually, which is fascinating to me. Yeah. I didn't think it would be so much. I actually didn't know what to expect on that front when I went into it, but there's someone with a walkie-talkie who will be in the tunnel, and then we just back and forth. And to be honest, they're really... There's 3 people who do it at the minute, all really sound, and I think that I'm mega keen on that, just having good relationships with the people you work with. So they know if there's an issue or anything, I'll always back them, and it goes the other way as well, I think. So, yeah, we're in close contact, but it's a good working relationship. It's not like it's not like say something now or anything like that. It's just making sure we get through it in one piece,
So they're feeding you like, they're starting to walk, or they're in the tunnel now, they're starting to walk out now, and then these guys are these are the subs coming up, all that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think there's a bit of a duty on me to sort of know this stuff's happening as well, obviously. But it's like a layer. Like, for example, I'll get there's a sub coming on. I've been eyeing him up for about 10 minutes prior, like, oh, he's ready. And then you'll hear a sub coming on. I think, I've been studying him like for about 10 minutes.
I'd be worried if at like 5-3 after like your 17th game, you have to say, you ready then? They're about to walk out. Again. Oh, are they? Blooming heck, they're not coming out. Look at the time. Oh, is that the time already?
Exactly, Well, they still do it, and I will be honest, like, I love that. Like, part of the one of the things that I love most about the job, I get walking, and it's said with a bit of urgency, and it's like proper pressure. It's good that like there's something about it. And this is what I was after as well. When I say I just needed that buzz from somewhere, walking, and music goes on, and we crack on, and I love it.
It's cracking, isn't it? We don't. Do you know what? We don't. For ages, we used to coin this thing about like the 2:55 moment, and it's not got lost a little bit, but it didn't pop up as much as it is. But that is, isn't it? 5 minutes to kick off. This is about to happen. The first thing that most people hear in the stadium, because not everyone, unfortunately, is there 45 minutes when we start. Everyone comes in 5 minutes to go. But that walking, you can start here, ladies and gents. Have you got like a set phrase you use when they walk out?
Yeah, I'll go with, normally it's Ewood Park, and then we try and put a bit of like, and it works well with the song as well, because the song has a bit of a fade in, so it's like, Ewood Park, please welcome the teams for today's clash between your visitors and Blackburn Rovers. And like I say, I'm not in the sort of old school announcer sort of like deep voices, so I just give it a bit of welly and hope for the best, really. Blackburn Rovers, and just sort of hope the excitement is conveyed and carries it, and that's sort of how I've been approaching it so far, and I seem to be getting away with it. I'll say that.
Well, you've been asked back, haven't you? So you
exactly. I thought they've had a chance to get rid now. They had a season.
Survive an off season, then you're all right. If you survive your first off season, then you're all good from there on in. Hey, that's so true though, that walking thing. I because of where we stand now at the tunnel, there's cameras everywhere. Sometimes there's more cameramen than others. Sometimes there's ball boys, there's everyone else. So we used to stand directly opposite the tunnel, watch them come down. You always have, what always happens is first away team walk down, they stand there with the mascots, then the home team fill up, and we're always waiting on a linesman. We're always waiting on a linesman. Ref's there nice and early. One lino shows up, and then you know the minute the second lino walks down, they're going to turn and start walking. So we used to just, you find yourself constantly just peering around the corner because there's so many people in the tunnel. You can't quite see. So what we've done now, we've got the floor manager to stand opposite the tunnel, and I stand to the side. So I actually spend my time watching her watching the tunnel. So we have to,
I know exactly what you mean.
So I have to kind of go, right, I'm watching you, you'd let me know. And there is just a moment where you can see her going, she's looking, and then she just give you the nod like, go. And it's just,
you know what?
I'm feeling it now. I'm feeling it now because I know it.
Exactly what you mean, yeah. So we have a mascot, Rover the dog, and my version of that's Rover the dog. If I see a little like a dog ear like poking out of the tunnel, I'm thinking, right, here we go. That's my first visual. That, yeah. So I'm like just glued looking at a dog. Like it's such a bizarre thing, but I don't know how to explain it otherwise. Yeah. It's just what it is. I love it though.
It's so true.
Honest to God, dude.
It's so true. And come on, Al, 25 years and you still get it, don't you?
Oh, listen.
Come on.
It's Rich, I never tire of it. It's a privilege. It's an honour. I pinch myself. I always go down to the corner, 5-10 minutes before the teams come out. And I always do a 360 turn. And I think, how lucky am I to be here? My seats are were in the Stretford end. And I'm looking up where my seats or where my wife or family are. And I just think, what a privilege it is to be here. And to be, if you'd have told me at the beginning I'd still be there for a 25th season, I'd never have believed you, So, yeah, living the dream and best job in the world.
Now, I don't want to ruin the moment because it's been quite special up to now. Lewis, have you got goal music?
We don't.
Okay.
We don't.
Moment carries on. Good lad. Well,
yeah, exactly. It's been mentioned. It's been mentioned.
It's absolute Marmite. It is Marmite.
Yeah, it is. It is. And do you know what? I'll be honest, on my side, I'm not for it. I think when at a Rovers game, there's such tension, honestly. And I just think we're a club that would benefit from not having goal music. And it's because there's such tension that when a goal is scored, it is such a massive feeling in the ground that it doesn't need anything. It really doesn't. It's like, right, we're in it. Because we don't do things easy half the time. With a team where if we're 3-0 up, you're thinking, just see this through. Just, like we do a bit of that. So I honestly think that you can feel the release of tension when a goal's scored. And if we played like Blur on top of that, why? That's my personal opinion. But I get both sides of it as well. I think there's clubs it suits as well.
There are. And there are clubs where, there is, excuse me, a bit of, there's curating of an atmosphere, and that is arguably part of it. If you are really into curating an atmosphere, goal music is as much of a part of it as your walkout music, your end of game, your halftime. It all can be part of it, but it's still, most of us are still quite traditional, and it just feels a little bit of a American invasion, dare I say it. Not that, some clubs are all over that at the minute, so including the one Mr. Keegan's at, so I can't.
Yeah. Actually, a quarter British owned now.
Sorry, that's correct. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, I wind that back. Right, Lewis. I know it's not been a long time, but I want to get into how you are finding life as an announcer.
Yeah, I will say one thing is with my family, they love this. They love that this has happened. For one, I've got my mum who. I remember she pulled me on the day that I told her that I got it, and I was trying to just sort of like contain my nerves a little bit. And I remember her saying to me, "I don't think you really know how big this is, do you?" And stuff like that. So she had it more. She knew about it more than me, is the truth. Like I was going to games and stuff, but to be honest, I just thought she got the magnitude of it straight away, and she's been really supportive. She came to one of my first games, and she's coming. I've got my first event at the club next week as well, and she's going to come to that. So she got it. And I used to go to games with my gran and my granddad as well, who were still in the stands and they're still where we were all sat. So they've got a really good understanding of it, to be fair. It's not like they're confusing it or anything. And I can feel that they're quite proud. It's good for me, that, like, honestly. I haven't thought about that too much because I might tear up a touch.
No,
but yeah, they love it.
That is lovely when it's like, especially when, again, we always talk about the job, the way fans see the job, and then when they get the job and what it means, it's just, it is nuts. And what about when people find out, you meet people for the first time and they either find out you're the announcer or realise you're the announcer by like saying hello and listen to your chat?
Honestly, people are like, oh, that's quite impressive. And I get like stuff like that quite a lot, but I feel daft. I just I've had it actually. Alan, do you know Anna, who's just left Man United, who's coming to Blackburn Rovers now?
Yeah.
And we have a new marketing manager. And
great person.
Yeah, absolutely lovely. I've met her a couple of weeks ago, but I think she said to me, "So you're the voice of Ewood Park, are you?" And it just hearing that, I'm like, I think I said to her actually, "Oh, I don't know, I've been here about a year," or something like that. It just feels like you've got to earn something like that. Do you know what I mean? But hearing it from others is lovely. I'm sort of getting used to it more and more time by time that, this is just a spot that I have now, and I'm very, very lucky. I think that's what I'm getting over almost, that I feel very, very lucky. And it's as I grow into it more and more, it just feels a bit more natural, but I'm still getting over it.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I love that.
Well, good for you, mate. Good for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Has it changed, like, the way you interact with either fans you do know or fans you don't know?
No, it hasn't. But what I will say is, I try and make a point of, if anyone's got a shout or a suggestion or anything like that, I'll have it. Like, I don't want to be disconnected or anything. Do you know what I mean? So I put a shift in really to make sure that anyone who gets in touch, I'll give them a shout. Like, and if someone says, I've had a few times, my nephew's got a band and the songs, if the song's terrible, I will say that. But if they say my nephew's got a band, he's got a song, it's local, I'll do all I can, do you know what I mean, to try and get stuff like that on. So it's I think I get a lot more of that now. I'll say that I get a lot more sort of engagement from people. You don't really know who knows you anymore, but I like it. It helps me. It does help me because of all the other different things I'm doing, and I just try and just make sure I don't lose my head, which I definitely won't. I'm not that sort. I'm just trying. Just stay chatty, stay pleasant, and all that sort of business, really.
Well, look, is there a backup for you, Lewis? Is it, have you had to miss a game? Is there a reserve? Is there a substitute?
I missed one game last season, and it was to go and do the wrestling again in Poland. I thought, well, they got me this job. I have to stick with them, don't I? So there was a replacement. I don't remember his name, but I remember being a bit worried, thinking he best not be brilliant.
I was going to ask if you got the fear. If you got the fear in, it's horrendous.
Oh God, yeah, I did, definitely. I thought if he comes in and he's 10 times better than me, I'll be devastated. But I thought it's a risk I've got to take. And then next game, they had me back and they were nice about it. So I thought, right, don't tell me, don't tell me. Let's just crack on. That never happened.
It's a good shout because ever having to miss a game is not fun. It's not fun.
Yeah.
However, it is a job that can spill lots of other opportunities, plenty of other bits of work, can give you plenty of other roles at the football club. I saw a video from the Padded Seat on Twitter, which was at the time. This is the Twitter account that reviews football hospitality, and they were going to Old Trafford now. And he was walking in the entrance, and I can't remember which suite it was, but they had this thing where you sit in a phone box. And you can pick up a phone and dial a number for a message from a famous player or a famous fan. And number one on the list, Alan Keegan. Now, where did that come from? What? I mean, it's a gig no one ever thought you needed, but now we all want to pop.
Well, I'll tell you what's even better. It was the Marriott Hotels deal. So the Marriott have just opened a new hotel at the side of Piccadilly train station. It was the old McDonald Hotel, the old BT headquarters. So anybody from Manchester will know it really well. But the Marriott have gone in there, total refurb. And the Marriott Bonvoy, they are a sponsor of Manchester United. So about 4 or 5 months ago, they had a what they call a player appearance day. So they had players. I was there to sort of, if you like, host it, warm it up, if you like, for the lads coming in, because they're all at different times. You know, we had Harry Maguire, Marcus Rashford, Lisandro Martinez, Onana, you know, and then we had a few legends, David May and Albert the Kitman. So we're all there, and they're coming at different times. But the idea was that they sat down and they told a story or a favourite football memory or whatever. So that was all good and well. And the idea was that in the lobby at the new hotel, they had this phone booth. So they had 9 names on the wall. Anyway, while we're doing the event, they said to me, listen, you've been great today. Have you got any stories? So I just said, well, how many do you want? You know, I've got absolutely hundreds. So they sat me down and said, oh, let's go through a few. So I went through a few of the stories. I thought I'd be number 9 on the list, but I'm number 1. You know, but they had me doing little snippets as well, like as part of the thing, going, hello, is anybody there? You know, it's all that sort of stuff, you know, and guys have got paid for it.
Hey,
that's quality. You can't beat it, can you?
I tell
you really
what,
can't.
I was waiting for you to say I can now stay in 900 Marriott Bonvoy hotels around the world for nothing.
Well, yeah. So they had a launch night a couple of weeks ago, and I hosted that, and they offered to put me up for the night, but anyway, because it was only a train ride home, I didn't stay. But listen, yeah, cracking gig, mate.
Yeah,
it was.
You can't beat that, can you?
No.
I'd have been in that hotel, by the way. I could have lived next door. I'd have been staying in the Marriott. I'll tell you that.
So I mean, Lewis, I know it's only been a year, but anything, what counts as the best thing you've got off the back of the gig?
Off the back of it, do you know what I'll say? Because it's been such a short space of time. The best thing that I've got so far is just a feeling of more trust coming my way. Like, specifically the fact that they've got me hosting an evening with the manager next week and things like that, where it's a Q&A format and things like that. And they've told me about other projects that aren't sort of announced yet, so I won't fire them up. But they've got me in mind for stuff, and they want me to be more involved in sort of the club. I feel like I'm sneaking into the fabric of the club a little bit, and that's them doing that, not me. I'm just sort of sat there cracking on. So that's really good, that. And I didn't sort of expect it to come with any kind of pace. I just thought, keep a good head on you and crack on. But they seem to be wanting me to do more and get more involved in the club. And then outside of that, I think, to be honest, I do that much random nonsense that it all sort of feeds into each other. I don't know what to credit for what and things like that. But it's every little helps. Tesco said that, didn't they? And like I live by that. I think all this stuff that's coming, it feeds the other stuff. And yeah, the club are behind me, so I can't thank them enough in that sense.
Awesome. So look, the final question is the one that rounds up everything about what it's like to be a job, what kind of gig it is, and what it means to us. What to you is the best thing about being the voice of Ewood Park?
It's the buzz in about 5 different ways. It's the buzz of walking down. I still get that. Well, I walk down the same way I walked when I go and I was just paying for a ticket. And then there's the buzz of that moment before walkout. And then there's the fact that normally in a job, I think when you do your bit, that's your nervous bit, and then you know everyone else does their bit, and you're relaxed. It's the opposite. It's like the bit that I do, I'm all right with, but then I have to watch the game, and that is like, it's the most thrilling job I could ever hope to have, and I hope to have it for a very long time, because I'm doing something that I literally love. Like I love it, and honestly, it's the intensity of that moment before walkout, but it's also when we score a goal. It's the game when it's 2-1 and it's tight and you don't know which way it's going to go. It's that as well. It's football, isn't it? It's just like, I'm working in football. Never been lost on me once. Even when we've lost and it's like things look bleak, you come out and it's like, I'm working in football. I can't believe it. Very lucky. Very, very lucky.
So true.
So,
Lewis, mate, thank you so much for coming on tonight. I know you're definitely one of the announcers who has been in the gig the shortest amount of time, but you can absolutely hear, like you said, you just want to be in it forever. And who wouldn't?
Yeah, thank you for having me as well. I think this is brilliant what you're doing here. I actually think it's great that you've rallied all the announcers together, like they were talking about going for a meal and stuff like that. I think that's brilliant. Like, I didn't know there would be a community around this. And I told someone about that. I said, they're on about going for a meal, and he said, could you imagine just hearing people do the orders? And I thought, that's so true, you know, chicken, salad, and all this. It'll be a cracking day out of that.
Cocktail!
Exactly, yeah. Carling! No, but honestly, thank you for having me. Fantastic.
Alan, good to see you, mate. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks a lot, boys. Lewis, it's been a pleasure, mate. And if I don't see you before, I'll see you in Blackpool, mate.
Yeah, likewise. I can tell Jed about that. He's not going to believe it. Yeah, cheers for that, Alan.
It's brilliant. Chaps, good to see you. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
So thank you to Lewis for being our guest on this episode, and of course thanks to Alan for being co-host, and to you for listening as well. Also thanks to ShootMusic for their support. Remember, they are looking for more Matchday DJs and announcers who want their free Matchday DJ music service. So if you want new music and special versions of loads of tunes to add to your playlist, give them an email. info@shootmusic.co.uk. Thanks for lending us your ears, and we'll see you next time.